Good afternoon. Well, radiation is getting stronger. Even I can feel it. And it's of course going to just be stronger and stronger, and until the earth will be cleaned of the mouse creatures, the mouse humanoids, which includes of course both those titans and Homo sapienses. And then hopefully I'll be able to raise children, my children in the safe society without predators, without handcuffs, without torture of all sorts, without you social workers like the full metal jacket. Yesterday I didn't record much. I spoken quite a bit without recording. Maybe some people received it, maybe not. Maybe record today. Repeat whatever I said like in other forms, like in recorded. Maybe not. We'll see. Probably I'll continue with another chapter of the Game of Thrones saga, even though because we need to finish it and it's important for documentation purposes, because it's it explains a lot of what's going on all around us. The dogs, the dog person phenomenon that is so common. So the origins of the dog, the dog person. Maybe I'll also conduct a microscopic examination. Actually, I'm pretty curious to know what's inside the metal container after some time that I didn't take any examinations. And I would say that it might sound childish, but honestly, what now kind of prevent me from doing it is the knowledge that many people want me to do it. And this is might sound childish, but what are you waiting for? Like the idea that that any kind of test would kind of alter or define your reaction is ridiculous. Tests, since I was born until today, tests, the nature of tests is that they only require further tests after that. The test, I've said many times long ago, the tests stop not when you fail or have been success, or the phenomenon of humans stopping testing you is not related to any kind of result of any theoretical test. It's strictly related to how close is the asteroid to the head of the tester. That's it. As it's getting closer, the chances of the test to stop is getting higher, until it reaches, the probability of 1 that it will immediately stop. When the distance is from the head of the tester is reaches, approaches 0, the probability of the test being stopped is approaching 1. This is the mathematical representation of how tests are when humans stopped with the test, the test of the foreigners. And of course, it's going to be just like that. In our case, no doubt. I spoke about quite interesting things yesterday, and also I replayed all their videos. I hope you find it interesting. The Israeliana, the Full Metal Jacket. I should just said, regarding the Full Metal Jacket, all the currently in our situation, it wasn't always like that, but in our time, 100% of the radioactive isotopes in this world that are used by humans are originated in my body, or close to 100%. That's a fact. It wasn't always like that, but now it's like that. And of course, I've never received 1 shekel. People only torture me and take my money that I received, just by being a salary person. They take it as well. So it all belongs to me, and of course, I never. People stole it from me, and took it from me by force, and by right, I can. By any kind of moral system, this is mine, and I can decide whatever I want to do with it. And what I want to do with it to introduce a new life form to the ecosystem of the Earth. I call this life form the Full Metal Jacket. It's a kind of wasp. Its creation and watching it in a glass, like in a living specimen, and also several autopsies, and also several living specimens flying in the room. All of that is documented in the channel, and I replayed the videos yesterday. I hope you find it interesting. Anyway, it's a metal wasp. It's incredibly difficult to kill. It's incredibly heavy for its volume, and its favorite food is uranium and plutonium, but it can eat pretty much everything. And it's going to enjoy, wheat, barley, rice, maize, corn. Whatever you got, apples, whatever you got. They will most likely like it very much. As I said yesterday, these are both good news and bad news for the people of the Earth. The good news is that they are a natural source of the tea because they have it in their body. This was demonstrated in the microscopic examination. So and this is something that is common in Venus, but not in Earth, in indigenous, So it's not indigenous. It's, I would say reintroduced life form that that contains the tea in its body. So and the humans like the tea so much, and mostly they cannibalize on humans, on Venusians. And this is very. This is it's I don't like it, and many people, even in Earth, find it like uncomfortable, like the cannibalism thing, even though they keep doing it because they don't find it too uncomfortable for not to do it. But other creatures in this universe don't like this. So maybe now humans will stop like cannibalizing on the Venusians because they will have the natural, source of the tea that they can eat and they can gather, because they are not these wasps are not very quickly. They are not quick flyers. You can catch it. Even just simply by with primitive devices and eat it. So hopefully this will satisfy your hunger for the tea, and you will not cannibalize on other species, other sentient species. So and then that will be great. Of course, there is also a negative side, which is the fact that probably every creature that requires food that is carbon based and go like on the land or in any kind of other known earth farm or any creatures that depends on food in the form of animals that eat this kind of like plant-based material that I just described. They are going. It's not going to be easy. I don't have a solution for this. It's going to be a problem. Like, I don't have a solution for this problem. It might be a problem without a solution. We need to think about it, but it's not. It's a disadvantage. Like, it's definitely a disadvantage for the of the Full Metal Jacket phenomenon, because agriculture is currently being exercised in Earth. Its days are numbered. Maybe a year or two, and we are pretty much done with wheat farms and things like that, like wheat fields. But maybe a solution will be found. I cannot at this point. I cannot. Like discriminate or judge. Between do the the advantages. The advantages outweigh the disadvantages, because yes, both are significant. Just the tea that does not require cannibalism is a great news for us. But indeed, the food issue. At least for some of the for many of you, it's going to be a question that currently I do not have an answer for, and maybe it's going to be difficult. But anyway, that's what I want to do with the tea, and it's all mine, and that's what I've decided. So that's what's going to happen. Now, with regards to I spoke quite a bit yesterday and even today about like the Titan. About things like they belong to the Venusian nature. But I didn't record it because it was already recorded in the past many times. So just find the old videos. But if you want me to elaborate on something, I can elaborate on that. Like regarding the age of the Titans, and that regarding their sexual habits, things like that. But all of that was already described in the past. So I can either I'll just record it, or you hear the zombies. Again, I will say in the 1 millionth time, the zombies are misbehaving in the trash can, and this is it's not new. But what's also not new is that the blue planet pays the price. The zombies in the trash can do not pay the price for their misbehavior. No. כשהזומבי מתפרע בפח, מי שמשלם את המחיר הוא לא הזומבי שמתפרע בפח. לא. הכדור הכחול. ככה זה היה תמיד וככה זה יהיה. זה דרכנו. זה דרכם של הקרובים. מי שמשלם את מחיר התפרעות הזומבי בפח הזבל הוא הכדור הכחול, לא הזומבי בפח. לא הזומבי בפח הזבל, הכדור הכחול. If they wanted it to be any other way, they would have moved arms and legs. But of course they only moved the mouse and the toe. And I spoke about it quite a bit yesterday, but not for I didn't record it, so I just say it very simply. Some people, say, the obvious kind of, זמירות ידועות, like the old songs of, the Israelis deceived us, the American lied to us. I've said it so many times in the last 5 years, and said it again. this statement by itself, it means nothing. Like that one nation still claims that another nation defeated them. It means nothing. It has no tangible, connection to reality. The only thing that might connect it to reality and make it like a kind of like a statement that you can prove or disprove is if there was any kind of like visible, identifiable reaction by the nation that supposedly people lied to them after the lie was discovered. Because at some point the lie or the deceit was discovered, presumably because that's why they say they lied to us. If you're still being lied, you don't say they lied to us because you don't know about it. So presumably there was like a point, there were 2 points in time. One point in which one nation lied to the other nation, and another point in which presumably the other nation discovered the lie. Now, only by what happens immediately after the discovery of the lie, you can actually even start to evaluate if it was actually a lie at all. In other words, if those that were being lied to are running to take revenge on those that lied to them and to remedy the situation, running, not walking, running, then yes, we have like strong indication that actually there was a lie or the deceit was taking place. On the other hand, if the nation that supposedly that was deceived, felt like a victim to the lie, if after the presumed discovery of the lie, they opened the mouth and they moved the tongue, this is a 100% indication that no lie ever took place. It was just a mutual, silent misunderstanding. A mutual, silent misunderstanding. Needless to say, 100% of all of the nations that say that people lie to them, 100% of them reacted to the discovery of the lie by the movement of the mouth and the tongue, and 0% reacted with the movement of the arms and the legs, which means that humanity at large had a silent understanding or silent misunderstanding. Anyway, they cooperated together in order to abuse me without end, to torture me without end. It doesn't really matter what was the mechanism that took place, and who were, the small-time functions, in each of the states that, allowed this to happen. It doesn't matter. What matters is how they reacted to the presumed discovery of the lie. And 100% reacted with the movement of the mouth and the tongue. 100%. And this is still going on. Conversation still ensues. Still, more evidence that comes to light required presumably more additional conversation, additional diplomacy, additional movement of the mouth and the tongue. And not an arm or leg is to be seen all around the globe. And this, gives us, the cherubs, like we didn't have the proof, but it's evident proof to everybody that, there was no lie. There was never no lie on the door of the seat. Humanity has decided altogether to wage war against the cherubs. And of course, the result is 8 billion humanoids with mouths lying on the ground with worms eating their body. 8 billion, not one less. And then I'll be able to raise my children without the constant threat of predators and social workers.